All right, so we are here together. Michelle, Colin, and I are working on facilitating the Dane County Curbside Challenge. And so that's how we know each other, and we know each other previously, but that's what we're working on currently. And so we're just going to go around and talk about what we were doing before the national emergency and how things have changed for our organization specifically. And then we'll go into detail about some other things that are going on within the community and things that we can think of and how we can get involved and just go from there. So, Michelle, do you want to start?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Michelle, CEO of Promote Local. We are a digital media agency in Dane County. We work with a lot of local businesses, nonprofits, and retailers and restaurants. And yeah, we're still fighting the good fight here, trying to continue to do what we can for our current customers and other people in the community. We are all working from our beautiful home offices now. So that's, maybe the biggest thing that has changed about how we've been doing business. But other than that, we're just keeping on keeping on. So.
All right, Colin, do you want to?
Yeah, I'm Colin Murray. I'm the executive director for Dane Buy Local, supporting local businesses in the Dane County and contiguous counties, south central Wisconsin, with about 600 members. And really, our focus has always been on those local businesses and will continue to be. But the type of work that we're doing has dramatically changed for the office. We certainly want to support those businesses, but with a lot of them being closed or having highly reduced services business right now, what we've had to shift our attention to is working with a lot of government agencies and how they can support the crisis that we're facing right now. Initially when this all started 3 weeks ago, the thought was, well, how can Dane Buy Local jump in and help, keep these businesses alive? And it quickly became apparent that this problem was much, much bigger than anything any nonprofit in town or any one individual could handle on their own, and that government, all levels of government, are really going to have to be involved. So we've been working at the city, county, state, and federal levels in trying to find solutions, trying to find assistance for these businesses so that they can continue to operate once the crisis is past. So our focus has definitely changed.
Yeah, that's great. What you both are doing is really important to the community right now, so thank you for that. So for Swave Coupons, I am the founder of a local startup in Madison, and we were and still are in the midst of developing a mobile coupon app, and it's completely local focused. So our mission is to help local businesses as well in a very different way. And I think that the mobile coupon app will become important as this lifts, because it's free to local businesses and it'll just draw traffic to their door. But right now, it is a lot different what Swave Coupons is doing. Once the national emergency went into effect, I was like, how can I help out? How can we make a pivot? How can we still be involved? So I actually, Swave Coupons had joined Dane Buy Local like the month before this all happened. And so it was perfect timing. And I reached out to Colin. I was like, I have some ideas. Let's hop on a phone call. And we decided that we'd work together and put together an online directory. So swavecoupons.com/supportlocal has a list of local businesses and what they're offering right now. And then from there was some brainstorming, and we came up with the idea of the Dane County Curbside Challenge, which now all three of us are working together on. So that's going to be really fun and a great way to get the community involved and still purchasing at these local businesses. So now that we've made our introductions and kind of where we're at today, I thought that it would be a great idea to talk about reflections on the last few weeks and some innovations and strengths of our community and local businesses and what they're doing now to adjust to this situation. So I know, Michelle, you had some good points that we talked about before this call, if you want to take it away to start with that.
Yeah, definitely. So it's been amazing for us to continue to work with people in the digital media space that's needed now more than ever. And some innovations that we've seen from our clients in the retailer, restaurant, and even like business to business spaces that are local to Dane County is implementing, online ordering platforms, e-commerce stores, even little boutiques who hadn't thought about going online. They're figuring out how to get that done. Restaurants who have never delivered before, their cooks are becoming delivery drivers, and so that they can keep all of that work in house. I've also seen a lot of, innovation with curbside pickup, where people are, bringing things out to the car, so people don't have to go in and out of a building, and actually charging people right, at their car, so that they know that payments are secure. And the other ways I've seen the community kind of around us adapting and innovating and how they support these businesses is through supporting them through all social media channels. That's a big thing that I've been pushing personally, is just sharing who you're ordering from, what's the best thing on the menu, or why you're continuing to shop for your groceries at your local gas station, who is now brought in all these other items that they maybe didn't have before, like toiletries and food. Or another great example I definitely wanted to share with the rest of the community is a local farm that we're working with, who obviously won't be benefiting from the full Dane County Farmers Market in a few short weeks. So they're going online with their CSA and with their farm produce. So we're helping them build that store right now. So any local business in any space could really look to the digital age to find some ways to stay alive during this time. I think the other one other thing that I didn't mention yet is the Madison tip jar, which I think is so important, is to continue to give back to service industry workers, servers, cooks, and other folks that aren't working right now or working reduced hours. People have put together a tip jar that does span, I think, a little bit further outside of Madison, but you can find your favorite restaurants there, and just provide some financial assistance to the workers directly. So I think that's really important. It's been amazing to see all of this come together sort of organically in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think it's great how people are working together. That's one positive thing that I've seen from this, is everyone really wants to help. And a lot has happened within the past few weeks. And so, Colin, what have you seen with your members, and how they're innovating or making pivots, or some of the fears or struggles that they might be having right now because of the COVID-19?
Yeah, I think it's very common for when there are situations like this, when there's a crisis that takes place, whether it be locally or nationally, or in this case worldwide, that it brings out the best in people, and it brings out innovation that wouldn't have perhaps developed otherwise. So you have to look at the positive things that take place because of it, and it forces people to do things that maybe they weren't comfortable with before, or just never had the time to work on a project before. So it gives them that opportunity to work in their business, not just on their business. We've definitely seen that with some of our members. There's really been two types of businesses that I've seen, really extreme sides of the spectrum here. One is a member who just becomes frozen and just can't function, basically. They don't know what to do. They're just scared. They've put their life effort into this business. Maybe it's been 5, 10, 15, 50 years, and they're watching it all disappear in front of them, and there's nothing they can do, and it's not their fault. It's very, very scary to watch their life savings just disappear. And I understand that frustration. But then the other end are those that are like, okay, we got to figure this out. What are we going to do? And then are looking for those solutions. And there are solutions out there, and more of them are emerging every day. But it's a matter of keeping an eye out and just trying things, just whatever creative things might be out there. And as Michelle mentioned, a lot of the digital opportunities that maybe we hadn't tried before, this is the time to do it. Simple things like Facebook Live. I'm seeing a lot more of that type of activity, or just being on Zoom. A lot of people had never heard of Zoom 3 weeks ago, and now everybody's on Zoom. So from my perspective, I had been on Zoom for a couple of years because I was on I am still on a national board where everyone's spread out throughout the country. So we use Zoom on a regular basis for our board meetings. But a lot of people have never used it before. It's fairly simple to use it, but it's just a matter of getting past that fear or that lack of knowledge and try something and see how it works. They're not all going to work, and that's okay.
Right. No, I think that's a really good point. A lot of people are stepping outside of their comfort zones and what's the norm, but we're all in this together, so we can work through the kinks, and actually maybe we'll come out stronger on the other side. That's a good thought to have. So for you two individually, what are you doing and your family's doing to continue to support local and get involved in the community?
Colin, you want to go first this time?
Sure. So in my case, because of some health issues that I have to be very, very careful. And I'm also just on the cusp of that 60-year-old line as well. So I have to be very cautious about that. So unfortunately, as far as being out in the community, the last 19 days, I've been out maybe 3 times or so. It's been very limited, which I'm not used to at all. And a lot of my life really revolves around supporting local businesses, and that's really been curtailed. So it's been more of the online or delivery type things, taking advantage of those opportunities. And as Michelle mentioned, more and more places are starting to do delivery. So things that maybe we hadn't thought of before, or some of them were doing delivery and we didn't realize it. The pharmacy that I go to, Pittsburgh Family Pharmacy, has done delivery all along and does a really good job at that. And of course, they're more busy now than ever. They were concerned about the road construction that is just starting now on Fish Hatchery Road, how that was going to impact their business this year. And so that's why they had, one of the reasons that they had delivery services in place already to prepare for that. Well, that really paid off for them now with this crisis. They've already got the systems up and running, and we can take advantage of those things. So, if you can have a little foresight on some of those things, that always pays off. But that doesn't always happen. So just taking advantage of those services that are out there, and checking to see what new things might be available. And that's why the Swave coupon page that you've put together, Britt, is very valuable, because it brings all that information together in one place so that you can realize who has what available, and you're trying to keep it up to date, because things are changing fast, on a daily basis. Businesses, today we're open, tomorrow we're not, now we are open.
Mm-hmm.
So people are doing the best they can, and having that listing there that you've provided is very valuable to the public to be able to keep up on who's doing what.
Absolutely. Thank you, Colin. What about you?
So yeah, a lot, I really haven't been venturing out myself, just based on personal preference. I've been, taking advantage of of delivery. I also have contributed financially to my favorite servers and restaurants personally through things like the Madison Tip Jar. There's a GoFundMe started for another one of my favorite restaurants. So I have been taking advantage of those things. Also buying from local farms. That's it's 'tis the season. They're starting to have local food available. So, taking extra steps to reach out to those folks and making sure you just seeing what they have and then telling other folks about it. The other thing that I have really appreciated is there is a local artist in the Dane County area who she wrote sort of a how-to on how to apply to the SBA small business loans and ensure that you've checked the box to be eligible for a $10,000 grant. And I have been sharing that widely when I see any uncertainty from businesses on social media, anybody just saying raising a general red flag saying I need help. I've been making a point to spend some of my day sort of just sharing out that article and encouraging people, other local businesses, to apply for things that are available. I think those are sort of the little things that people either just don't know about or they assume that everybody knows about. So I've been trying to be really intentional about sharing the information that could help folks get through this time that isn't just out of my family and friends' pocket, but like Colin had mentioned earlier, from a state or a federal level, there is assistance, and just making sure that people know that's out there. So
Yeah, definitely. That's great. And I think that what you both are doing is perfect, because we really shouldn't be leaving our homes if we don't need to, just for the safety of everyone else. And so ordering delivery and or curbside pickup, I think, is the perfect way to support your local businesses, and making a conscious effort to go to resources like swavecoupons.com to see what these businesses are offering right now, and then spreading the word about that, and just continuing to support those local businesses so that they'll be here when we get to the other side of all of this. So good job. That's awesome. And then the last thing we were going to talk about is those resources. And I know you mentioned the Madison Tip Jar, and I know there's like Madison Magazine has posted a page with what local businesses are offering, and I know the smaller towns like Verona and Oregon, they have some directories that you can see what they're offering as well. And what I'm trying to do with the Swave coupon page is there is a section of that near the bottom that says more resources, and I'm making sure to link out to those resources as well. So if anyone knows of any other resources that they want me to add to it, please let me know. And otherwise, you should be able to find a lot of the local businesses, I'm sure not all of them, through the Swave Coupons website, as well as those resources. And then just supporting with the Madison Tip Jar, I know you can support the employees directly with giving them tips. So that's really awesome as well. And there's some GoFundMe pages for some of the local businesses as well. Do you two know of any other resources that I'm missing that people should keep in mind?
There's a number of things out there. I know Monroe Street has some campaigns that they're doing as well for some of the businesses there. They're just, social media has done a good job of spreading the word on that to help get support from the community. And the community has responded very well to it as well. You wonder sometimes if, everyone's going to conserve cash at this point. And that certainly is a natural thought to do that. But Madison has always been very generous, and they continue to do that now as well. It's one of the things I love about the city. Just everyone pitches in and does what needs to do to get the job done.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I can't think of any other direct resources on how to support, but I do realize I don't think that I've said to leave good reviews for all of these local businesses that you are, supporting right now. That's a really amazing free way to show that you care about your local businesses right now, is leaving a Google review, a Facebook review, a Yelp review. Leave them everywhere you can, and make sure that people know that they've got good stuff, and other people should be supporting them.
That's great. I hadn't thought of that, but yeah, that just shows how much you care about the local businesses and how much you enjoy when they're open, like physical doors, and when you can order delivery and curbside. So I think that's a great suggestion as well. So with that, I think we can go into talking about what exactly the Dane County Curbside Challenge is that we're facilitating, and let our viewers know about that opportunity as well. So the Dane County Curbside Challenge is order, delivery, carry out curbside from any of these local businesses that are on it's a separate page from the online directory. It says the Curbside Challenge. There's about 15 of them posted right now, and it's swavecoupons.com/Dane County /curbside challenge. But if you go to swavecoupons.com, you should be able to navigate to it pretty easily without remembering all of that. So then if you order curbside or delivery through one of those businesses, you post your product or the food that you ordered on social media, and you tag the business as well as put the hashtag Dane County Curbside Challenge. Then you'll be put into a raffle to win a $25 gift card to that local business specifically. And we'll do that at the end of April. So it's a fun opportunity to take advantage of, and we strongly encourage it. We challenge you.
Totally. And Britt, is it only restaurants on that page?
It's not only restaurants. We also have bike shops and boutiques and other retailers, and they're really, really important to be supporting right now as well.
So even if you don't win the gift card, the prize at the end, you're still helping out by just putting the photo there, and that helps spread the word. So it is definitely helping that restaurant as well. So it's probably one that you like, since you're ordering food from there. So help support them, by spreading the word about that they are open, and they are doing delivery or takeout.
Absolutely. I'll just list off who we have as part of that challenge right now. We have Athens Grill, Cambridge Winery, Carbon 4 Brewing, Kingdom Restaurant, Me and Julio, Migrants, Nick's Restaurant, Sugar River Pizza, Verona, and Thirsty Goat for our restaurants. And then for retail and services, we have Easy Office Products, which they are delivering to your home now because our office is our home. And we have Kiki Boutique, Move-In Shoes, Slow Roll Cycles, Symmetry Natural Health, The Healthy Place Apple Wellness, Wisconsin Candle Company, and Z Boutique. And the online directory, as well as this challenge for local businesses, you can still join. And there's a contact us page at swavecoupons.com that you can reach out to me, and you're more than welcome to participate and be added to that page. So that's
good job of putting that together.
Yeah, thank you, Britt. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it, and I'm glad I can help, and I also enjoy working with the two of you, and it's going to be really awesome. So thanks for hopping on a Zoom chat here so we can record it and share it with the world, and keep on keeping on.
Great, thank you.
All good, thank you.
Thank you.